everyone, it's Cryptid. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're new. I'm back again with another speed build. This one was super fun. This is in the neighborhood of 𝍊𝋼𝍊𝋼 in Willow Creek. It is a rundown, abandoned Victorian home. It is right next to the goth home. This again is part of my Cryptid save file. This might be my most favorite build that I've done to date. It came out super well. I'm very proud of it. I did use platforms in the entryway of this build, which I was worried initially wouldn't be functional, but there is a family that lives here in my save and everything is functional. So let me tell you a little bit about the family that lives in this home. They are called the Holmes family. It consists of the father Eli, the wife Claire, and their adult son Douglas. Now, when you first load into this home, Claire and Eli are actually ghosts. Claire actually died in the home of old age, and her husband Eli died shortly after of a broken heart. Eli and Claire were married as young adults, and they welcomed their only son Douglas not long after their marriage. They both have a close family dynamic and a wholesome relationship. Their son Douglas is now a young adult, and he has inherited the ownership of this home. You'll notice as I go through that the inside of this house is very old. It's very outdated, run down. Nobody has lived here in quite some time. Douglas is an agent for one of the actress Sims that lives in Willow Creek. The idea that I had in my head was that he was going to be renovating and selling this home for her to eventually live in. However, his parents do still inhabit this house as ghosts, and my thought was that they're not very happy with their son about this. This home was meant for him to eventually have his own children in. However, he doesn't have the best relationship with his own son's mother. So as he's going about the process of renovating this home, he is running into a lot of problems. Things are breaking down and not going according to plan. He very much feels his parents' presence still in the home. Douglas is a selfish sim. I gave him the snob and materialistic traits. My thought with him is that he is very much just after the money that would come with renovating and selling this house. He doesn't hold a lot of sentimental value in things. Even as he's looking around and he's seeing his childhood photos on the walls and he's tearing apart his childhood bedroom, he just doesn't have a lot of care about it. His parents are very upset about this. They loved this house. They actually built it originally. They are trying to remind him that they are still there. So in the Sims 4, ghosts can actually possess certain items. I've noticed that they do that a lot. And interestingly, he actually has a fear of ghosts, so he doesn't really register it as his parents sort of trying to communicate with him. He sees this as a threat and he usually runs away. So getting into the build, I'm working on the living room here. It actually took me quite some time to figure out what I wanted to do with the curtains. I just find that The Sims 4 doesn't have a lot of good options for curtains, especially if the windows are like curved, kind of like the ones in the front room are there. So I ended up using a lot of custom content in this build. Too much to really say for sure who I used and where, although I do know for sure that I used a lot of a winged llama and another creator called 𝍊𝋼𝍊𝋼𝍊𝋼. Sorry, I'm gonna put it on the screen because I'm not exactly sure how to say it. I apologize for absolutely butchering that name, but they are both very good builders. I highly recommend if you're able to get their things on Patreon. Placing that easel actually reminded me that Claire is very artistic. I wish I had the room in this house to put like a painter studio. I tried to make a basement, but it ended up not letting me put anything down there. I'm not sure. I wasn't even able to delete it. Speaking of, I saw today that there was 2 leaks for the new kits. We're getting a new nursery kit and a new art studio, so I'm super pumped about that. We actually do have a couple base game items that do well in art studios. I think they came with the artist career. I actually have a build coming up that I use a lot of those items in an art studio, so I'm super excited. I hope we get some new like interactive items with the new kit. I saw some pictures and they look really good. I used a lot of custom content from 𝍊𝋼𝍊𝋼 in this video. As I mentioned before, the sink in particular is from a custom content pack they did called Chipped and Worn. It is so good. I love using it for more grungy sort of builds. These are my favorite builds to make. There's just something about the grimy, grungy sort of builds that I love. I love watching them, I love making them, so I'm probably going to be doing a lot more in that direction. I have a lot of videos planned. I really want to do some more speed builds. I want to do Let's Plays as well. It's just really hard for me to find time to sit down and play, but then also record and edit and film the voiceovers. I have a lot of anxiety about filming voiceovers when I'm not the only one home, so I always wait till I'm alone to be able to do it, and it's just hard because I work full-time as well. But that being said, I have been loving doing these videos. I really wish I started a lot sooner. I've always wanted to do it ever since I was a teenager. It's just so funny. I remember being a teenager and every single day I would come home from school and I would watch 𝍊𝑋𝑼𝑚𝑒r play The Sims 3. And I remember I always wanted to be just like her. She inspired me so much, and she really changed the way that I play The Sims. I had a few interactions with her when I first started streaming on Twitch a few years ago. I love her. She's such a sweetheart. There's a few other creators as well that have really inspired me to start making videos. One in particular is Ocean Sims. Found their channel very recently. I've just been obsessed. I rewatched all of their 𝍊𝑋𝑼𝑚𝑒r Let's Play. These creators are just so talented, and that's what I love about playing The Sims, is that like there are so many ways to play this game, so many different aesthetics, so many ways to storytell. It's just like incredible to me that we all play the same game, but everyone is so different. So again, getting back into the build because I get sidetracked. I am about to finish up the main bedroom, which would have been Eli and Claire's. You'll notice that their bedroom doesn't really look like a bedroom that is finished. It doesn't look like anyone has slept in here in a long time. And that is because Douglas has actually already started the process of gutting the house and getting rid of all of his parents' belongings. Like I mentioned before, he just does not hold any sort of sentimental value for anything. He is very selfish. I don't usually make Sims that have no redeeming qualities, but I thought it would be fun this time around, and it's actually sort of a tragic story, really. Eli and Claire had very nice traits. I can't remember specifically what I gave them right now, but I know Eli is an academic Sim. He went to university, he has a degree, he was a very good man, so it's kind of interesting to see that they had this son grow up and be this way. The room I'm working on now is actually Douglas's childhood bedroom. His parents, after he moved out initially, remodeled, and they just sort of made this into a guest room. They put a computer in there. Also, I believe on the dresser, I don't know if I show it, but I do put like a couple little knickknacks and stuff on there. It's very obvious that nobody has slept in this room. I had a lot of fun placing down sort of the messy aspects of this house. I put a lot of water stains and mold and just filth everywhere. Outside on the front step, there's actually like a pile of mail that they never got to open. I just love this build so much. I had a lot of fun making it. I put it on the gallery already. I think the gallery title is going to be the same as the YouTube video. I think it's called just Abandoned Victorian Home. My gallery ID is SimCryptid. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.